Hey everybody, losing daylight here, but I wanted to do a quick flip through of my latest journal because I was so excited. This has been kind of a long process on this one, but I did a lot of new things that I haven't tried before, and so I was really excited to get on here and share them with you. So I will just kind of go through a few of the things that I've done. I have not decided on a closure for this one yet. Right now I just have it tied with some seam binding. So when I list it in my shop, it might be a possibility that whoever is interested in this could have some input on what kind of closure they would want, if they want any. I couldn't bring myself to put grommets through this cover because I loved this fabric. It's kind of a shabby garden feel to it. So this journal is called the Garden Tea Party, and I will have a digital kit coming soon. I'm still working on some of that, but you'll see some of those images in here, and I will try to point those out. They may vary slightly in the final product as a digital, but they're going to be close. So this book is the biggest journal I have done yet. I really wanted to do a lacy, stuffed, lots of ephemera, all of that kind of stuff, all stuck into this chunky journal, and I really love how it turned out. This is the first time I have tried a rounded spine. So this one has a rounded spine. I'll put exact dimensions in the description box, but I would say it's probably about, if I remember right, just a little over 2 inches on the spine. The cover plate has a dictionary description of tea, and it's backed with this crocheted doily piece, I guess it is. Not really quite sure what you would call that, but I thought that looked nice on there. I've left all of the tails, and of course if you don't like that look and you decide you want to purchase this journal, you can always trim those off, but I've left them on there. It has a lot of lace, you can see, and each signature has a charm on one of the lace trims, and so we have don't know if I'm in frame, a little saucer, a rose, a teacup, and another rose. Don't know how well those are showing up, but you get the idea. And there's another one in here somewhere with some beads. There it is. So just some charms on the sides. I did not add, I usually put some sort of charm embellishment on the spine, but I did not on this one because it had a lot of things going on with it, and I thought that might take away from it. But anyway, so make sure that I'm in frame, and I will just show you inside. This has 5 signatures. I would guess each signature has about 12 pages front and back, but I'll put a total in the description box, so I'll have that in there. This literally, the glue still feels damp. I just got this part of it done, so I really wanted to get on here and show it. But so this is the first signature. I still have glue on my fingers. First signature, and We have a tuck spot with a tea and coffee card. Teapot and saucer. This is going to be part of the digital kit. Doily and some lace trim. Mainly coffee dyed and tea dyed papers. There's a few designer patterned papers in here, and I'll point those out. This is not part of the garden digital, but I do have a flashcard digital kit that's already up in my Etsy store. And that's part of those. And then this flips up for journaling space. This is an image from the graphics fairy, and I'll have that as part of the kit. It will be enhanced a little bit, and then I would just put a vellum frame sticker around that. And this is avocado dyed paper that's been border punched. This is part of a vintage ledger. This is a flip out. It is from a garden journal, and it was just a blank notebook. No, it was like from the 80s, but no one had ever written in it. So this is sewn into the middle signature, and it's avocado dyed envelope, and inside is this is a printout from the old design shop. She has that on her site, and I'll link her. That was perfect. It had tea and coffee and all kinds of plants. More lace. Bingo card, and this is Edith Holden. I've had an Edith Holden book for a little while. I've not done anything with it. I follow, I believe her name is Martina, and I think she goes by Tinkiella on Instagram and YouTube. I am not 100% sure on if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but I will link her. She does some amazing things, and she inspired me to really cut into my Edith Holden book finally and do something with those pages. So this was inspiration from her, but I did a little flip out on that so you can journal inside and still get this beautiful image from that book. The other side of the ledger paper, printed music paper. This is an envelope tuck spot from Tracy Fox, and I did a collage tag with some stamping on it. This is a tag with a lace flip, and the back side is just blank. That's the first signature. Second signature, we have another envelope with some stamping, and this is also from the old design shop. It's a poem about a cup of tea. Should check out her site. She has a lot. I just recently found some of her things, and she had a lot of really nice things to print. And a lot of them are free printables, so that's always great. And this is a piece of vintage wallpaper. What would a tea party be without a tea bag envelope? So the digital kit will have a variation of this. This was actually a cutout from a book that was still in copyright, so I could not actually make a digital out of this. But the envelope template with a design on the front will be part of the digital kit. And I just put a few small things in there. This is part of the digital kit. And then I just attached this with a piece of twine, cotton string, to make it look like a tea bag. Some collaging on here, and I think I'm running out of video time, so I'm going to kind of hurry along here. This is part of one of my other digital kits. It's the vintage journal. It's got a lot of just nice vintage themed papers and ephemera that you can use in lots of different themes, and it's my biggest digital kit that I've got, and that's on my Etsy store. This is tea-dyed parchment baking paper. More of that ledger. There's another tuck spot with another one of those flashcards. This one's a teapot. In those flashcards I have the whole alphabet with different images. Another one of those gardening journal pages. This is the center of the signature. This is another Edith Holden. I just loved this image and I wanted to keep the whole thing, so I just made that part of the middle signature and reinforced that with some washi tape with twigs on it. This is actually a collage that I had made a while back. I printed it on sticker paper, and I kind of gives it a little bit of a different finish, but I put that back that onto some cardstock and made a pocket out of that. This is in my Postcards digital kit. So I had a lot of different digitals that I kind of pulled from for this book because I needed a lot of different things to fill it. There's so many pages in here. It's the other side of that printed paper. A tuck spot with a couple of tags. These were just ones that I had in my own stash, not ones that I had designed. I always like mixing and matching things. I think that's part of the fun of making them. I love this tag. This was one of my favorites. I having a hard time parting with it, but I did a collage and I wasn't even thinking. I cut it up before I even thought about scanning it, and so this is the actual collaged tag, and I wish I would have scanned the whole sheet before I cut it into pieces, but I didn't. But it's got part of a teacup, and actually this came from someone's book. They had written a recipe down, and so I've used that in there. That's the second signature. Now, third one has a couple of tags. These two things are from the digital kit. It's an invitation to the tea party at Lady Gwendolyn's garden, and this is Lady Gwendolyn. Tea-dyed paper. Here's another Edith Holden pocket. And journaling card. It's a map of a garden. Did some stenciling here. Here is a seed packet envelope. I don't think I have anything. No, I don't have anything in that. That's empty for someone to add something to. I just did some collaging on it. More of that journal page. It's a little text spot with it. It's an advertisement for a tea set, and these are Tracy Fox's faux tea cards. Thought those went really well with this. I loved how those came out. This is a digital of an eco-dyed page. I don't do eco-dyeing. I have not gotten into that yet, but I love the look of this, and someone had been kind enough to share this, and I have tried to find out who that was in one of the groups that I'm in, and I could not find it again, but I just loved this, and she was kind enough to share it with the group, and so I made that the center signature in this one. This is a flip. It's pretty thick and sturdy, but I kind of made a couple different tuck spots here. I've got a tag, vellum sticker for tea. This is a collaged bookmark with some dictionary definitions of different tea ball, tea berry, tea biscuit, tea caddy, tea cart, all of those things. That slides back into here. So then when you flip it over, you also have this vellum pocket, and forgot to include this one, goes in there. So another tuck spot there. This is piano roll paper, and I've put a piece of washi tape on this end to try to make it heavier so it stops curling up, but no such luck yet. Maybe after it sits for a while. This is more of the vintage journal kit that I have. I loved this trim, the little flowers along there. Belly wrap and a doily, and then this is an envelope that I have collaged with a tea themed napkin, and it has a card inside of a tea plant. We are almost done. Fourth signature. Here's another journaling card. This is an avocado dyed coffee filter. Hurrying along now, guys. Sorry, this is taking a while. This thing is huge. Another seed packet envelope, and this has a receipt, French receipt from the graphics fair for some kind of chocolate. Music paper, not it's a reprint of music paper, not actual music paper. Still looking for that. Ledger paper, another Edith Holden pocket. There's a collaged pocket with a tag. This is a tuck spot. Stick that tea card in there. The last signature, this is a photo from my stash. I think it came from the 1920s, 1926, I believe. Photo of sites in London, I believe. The last Edith Holden. This is entire page. I didn't want to lose that, so I made it a flip out, and it is a tuck spot as well. This is a part of a map of London, and that is part of the Vintage Journal digital kit. I have another little tuck spot there. Journal pages. This is a will be part of the Tea Party digital kit. I hear a dog outside the door. It's crazy around here right now. We've got the puppies, of course, and if you've followed that, that's been kind of crazy. And then we are dog sitting for my daughter's 3-year-old dog. So it's we have a tuck spot, just some collaging and some sewing on that, some lace trim, and some stamping, and that's it. That's the whole thing. It's I have some trim hanging out the top from some of the tags. Like I said, I left the tails on the sewing, and I really enjoyed making this. It was pretty intensive, and it's taken me a little while, but I really wanted to try some new things. So, you know, the rounded spine, definitely something a little bit larger. I'm usually only doing about 3 signatures, much smaller spine, and I don't normally do this much trim, lace, and that sort of thing. I do a little bit, but not this much, and so I wanted to try something a little bit different. But I hope to have this listed in my Etsy store in the next day or two. Once I get some pictures, good pictures and stuff. I don't think I'm going to get them tonight with the light, but I will post updates on Instagram, and in fact, you might see it on Instagram before you even see this flip through, because I'll have more followers on Instagram than I do on YouTube. But I will have this listed hopefully in the next couple of days, and we will just see you next time. Bye, everybody.